Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's Attack on Titan, Season 2, Episode 28, Big Ideas on Pop Anime Comics from PopAnimeComics.com and the Pop Anime Comics Lounge. So, what goes on in the big idea and the big quick summary, really, of Attack on Titan, Episode 28, is we find out that Coney returns home and that everybody's kind of a Titan, and he supposedly hears his mom speak, and so we kind of get this new sense of the Titans here and what they exactly are and how they're related to humans. But it's kind of up in the air and it's kind of just hinting at something. And then on top of that, we find out that Ymir and Historia have a history together. We don't know what that history is. And then we also find out that Hanji-san and Armid basically discover that the hardened Titans, because they discovered a piece from Annie, fell off, is the same material as the walls, and since the walls are made of Titans, they kind of formulate a plan that if Eren can learn how to harden, they could seal up the hole and they could take back the wall, and it's an actual feasible plan. And on top of that, they realize that they just need to have a small group sneak in, kind of seal up the wall at night, and then just eliminate every Titan that's within the walls, and then there you go. It's kind of society's back to the starting point before the attack. So that's really what happened, and this is really just the formulation of the plan. So the big idea here is that what we get out of Historia and Ymir is that Historia chose to be in the Survey Corps. You know, it was a choice that she made versus being in the military police. And Ymir kind of joined with her because of her family and everything along those lines. But we get this idea of freedom and choice and people actually choosing what they want to do. And that's very, very important, going forward with the manga, we see that. And so that's very, very important, and it's very interesting when we get that reaction. And then on top of that, we get this idea that, okay, the Survey Corps have not given up, and that they're actually willing to formulate a plan on how to fix certain things and fix different components of taking back the wall. And they've come up with a plan. They're analyzing, and they're going to continuously analyze what exactly is going on because they believe that they can restore humanity and actually beat the Titans and beat what is the suppressing force against them. And so that's really interesting. That's the big idea, is that the Survey Corps really do represent this freedom and continually taking back territory from the Titans and then moving forward. And so that's really interesting, the fact that they've discovered that, and that really has come out in this episode, is this idea that it's the female Titan pieces that fell off of her hardening have the same composition as the wall. And so we really get this plan, and this actually makes a plan feasible to continue the expansion of freedom and actually fighting against something that is suppressing you and almost self-prisoning you. And that's really wonderful, and it's this constant pushing back against oppression. And that's what really this episode deals with. It doesn't deal with it directly, but it kind of sets the table for that to occur, because we actually now have a plan that actually is the entire, really the main focus of Attack on Titan, and the main focus probably of Season 2 is going to be revolved around this. I don't know if there's going to be Season 3. I don't know exactly where they're going with Attack on Titan, so I'll openly say that. But it's this concept that that's the main theme, is now taking back the wall and figuring out what these Titans are and how to protect humanity so that humanity can grow again and actually have, 1/3 or at least 1/2 of their territory back to flourish and to continuously push against their suppressor. So that's really what one of the main themes of Attack on Titan is, and we get that plan being discussed in this episode. So thanks for listening. Before you go, I have a website, PopAnimeComics.com. Great website. I write about anime, comics, wrestling, pop culture. Love it. It's a great website. Definitely check it out. Support it. It helps to make these YouTube videos happen because I make no money from this. If you like what I do, you want to support me, I have a podcast. It's Pop Anime Comics Lounge. I interview voice actors, comic writers, artists, wrestlers, and cosplayers. If you are fitting into one of those categories, please hit me up. It's very easy to find me. Just go to my website and shoot me an email there. Fantastic. Please check out the podcast. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter at Pop Anime Comics, as well as we have a Patreon running. Every dollar helps, keeps it up and running. Again, I don't make any money from YouTube. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work. And if you like these videos, I love doing them. If you like my podcast, you like my website, all of that costs money. And it's really, really expensive. So please consider donating, because every dollar helps to make it that much less expensive. And the less expensive it is, the more content I can bring you for free. And I have some great perks on Patreon. Great stuff. You can sit in on an interview with a voice actor. You can check out all my other panels. I'm a panelist. I go to a lot of cons and I tape them. And those you can find on my Patreon. It's great stuff. It's $2 a month. You get all that, as well as I'm doing a lot more internet panels and things like that. And it's going to be exclusively for my Patreon. So definitely consider checking that out. And again, I get it. Money's tight in life. I understand, but there's so many ways to support me. Follow me on Twitter, check out my website, read my stuff, shoot me an email, comment on my stuff, subscribe to this channel, share it, share the podcast, tell your mom, tell your brother, tell a friend, I don't know, tell a stranger, just scream it off the top of your building. Go for it. And as well as definitely think about writing a review on iTunes, so there's no excuses, because money's great. I need money, I'm not going to lie, to make this stuff less expensive so I can continue to bring you great content, but I also need you to be a Twitter follower, to check out my Facebook page, to definitely write an iTunes review. Those things help just as much as money does. So thank you so much, and I will put a link in the description below.